So you're in with these people now. You start moving up the ranks. What does that mean? Because you're officially never made because based on their code, you're not Italian.
Yeah,
right?
well, again, that's.
But you're a strong associate.
Strong associate. I'm the guy that's doing the hard work for them. I'm the guy doing the shooting, the grunt work, and I'm not good enough to be made in the Italian mob, but I'm good enough to do their work. I'm not good enough to sit with these guys at a boss's meeting, but yet I'm considered a boss. And when the trouble comes, everybody's pointing at me. So it's okay then. So in other words, you want me to be the donkey for you guys, but I'm not.
And do you feel like you were looking backwards sometimes?
No, what I
feel like you were taking advantage
What
of?
I feel is our culture was inbred by me, by my grandfather.
The only reason you went that way is the Albanians were nowhere to really be found in that aspect.
Well, I had some Albanians that were working for me, but they weren't killers, honestly. They were good guys that moved around with me, did some things with me, but weren't shooters. I was a shooter. But my problem was I learned to be loyal to people that weren't loyal. And through history in the Italian mob, I don't need to say much, but go ahead and see. Every one of these guys turn on each other, bosses, not only turn on each other. Gene Borello was a young kid that just came home. He said it pretty well the other day on a talk show. He speaks pretty well, and I'm proud of the kid because he was a wild kid, Italian. He's a cousin of the Ruggianos. And he said something the other day on his interview about, I'm giving loyalty, I'm not getting any. And the way he said it, it hits it, nails it right on the head, exactly what goes on in the mob world. So I was loyal to the wrong kind of people that weren't going to be loyal back. The Ruggiano family was a different, unique family. They were very loyal. The father was very good to me. And I thought everybody was like that. That's me being naive, as street as I was. I didn't understand guys like Gotti were going to walk in, and enemy or not over the years, and become an informant. I didn't really believe that. Not just him, but all his captains. And everybody's pointing at Johnny Alite. He's a killer. He's this. He's that. They're all giving me up. I went on the run. I mean, they trying to change the story.
You were in Brazil. What the fuck are you doing in Brazil?
That was one of the
I don't know your whole history. So for me, it's like I'm watching this for the first. I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen highlights. Well, I didn't have enough time to prepare for this.
I wasn't a typical American Albanian. I was more of a European Albanian. In Europe, people travel from country to country. When I left this country, I had hooks in a lot of countries, Colombia and Cuba and Brazil, for a handful of them, West Africa, and I end up having connections in these countries, and I moved around from country to country. So I didn't want to be an informant. I didn't want to rat. I didn't want to talk. So I left this country. And Interpol
you were involved in all kinds of shit, right?
Everything.
Drugs, pushing it.
Everything. Yeah, drugs, pushing.
They need you to take someone out. You take them out.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you had to do something like that?
Sure.
Like yesterday, huh?
Yeah, I mean those things. Listen.
Is it true? Do you ever see your victims' faces?
Yeah. Listen. I can still basically name almost everybody I've shot or killed, and I've done it recently on some of these interviews just to shut up. See, the problem with this is you got 1 million killers on computers now, or big mouths.
Cyber gangsters.
Jerk-offs, or whatever word you want
Trolls
to use.
is what they're called. They comment, they say cute shit.
Tough guys.
Meanwhile, if they saw you, they'd probably...
Well, if you invite them one at a time, not in a group, one at a time so we can handle them, and tell them, come in the room and show me what you really are, they don't come. But they keep talking on these computers. That's the problem with the computer age. And, my mentality has changed over the years because, first, I'm older. Second, I've done it, been there and done that already. And third, because I'm trying to change young kids' minds to be a sucker and ruin their lives.
Now, this family, they had control of a big piece of New York.
Sure.
People used to pay.
Yeah, sure.
You want your store open, pay.
Yeah.
I heard a story that there was one Albanian family that never paid in Queens. Is that true? I'm not going to mention the name, but is it true?
Yeah.
There was a festival that used to go on. They refused to. He ended up getting it, right?
Yeah.
That's all true.
True. Yeah.
So that's proof.
Listen, you're going to get guys. Listen, anybody.
You knew that family?
Yes. And you got to remember something. You're going to get guys in any aspect of life. There's guys in I talk about armed forces a lot. And so there's a lot of guys that stay in touch with me. Just recently, there was a guy that lost both his legs as a volunteer fireman in 9/11. He just reached out to me. And Michael, he knows, without mentioning his name. And
he lost his legs at 9/11?
Both legs, yeah.
Because of 9/11?
Kind of 9/11. And he reached out to me, and I just recently got in touch with him, and we talk a little bit. And, you got guys like him that, he said to me, John, I really, he watches everything I do. And I said, You're a guy that lost both legs. I can't even compare it to being anything like you. You're a strong individual. You don't think, yes.
I was there that day,
and
man.
people forget these things. And that's really some of the men that have risked their lives for things like that, positive, not the negative shit I did. So, I got a different outlook, I think, over the years. And I try to, and that's, to me, the most important thing now is try to get these messages to kids not to ruin their lives.